Hi guys, Alex Peak Performance Reviews. Welcome to another vlog and welcome to, yes, that end of year video, the end of year review, the kind of like basic catch up, what's been happening in the year, plans, aspirations, things like that, etc. Just basically looking at the channel's analytics, looking at how the year's been and looking into the future. But yeah, first and foremost, Happy New Year. Hope you've had a prosperous and happy Christmas so far. If you're still watching around the Christmas period, this should go out technically live on, yes, New Year's Eve. So whatever you're doing New Year's Eve, whether you're partying or just staying at home with your family, enjoy it. Hope you have a great prosperous 2025 and I hope you smash it. So whatever you're up to, maybe let us know in the comment section and I'll let you know a bit more about my plans for the future as well. So yes, one of the first things I normally ask with my viewers and anyone who's watching now, how long have you been following the channel for? I'm always intrigued. Have you been with us from day dot? Have you been a subscriber that's found us this year? When did you join? How long have you been joined for? And what do you like about the channel and what, you know, is what brought you to the channel, should I say? Other than that, we always go on to metrics, so let's get into that. How has the year been? And I'm going to compare it to last year to this year, so 2023 versus 2024. This is a review of the whole year 2024. Metrics last year, 2023, we were getting an average of about 30 to 40,000 viewership figures per 28, 30 days, kind of, or per month roughly. Our figures now have definitely jumped up to around the 75,000 to 100,000 K views per 30 days or per month roughly, which is great. So there has been a huge growth, almost double the growth of late. Certainly we've had months even last year that were fluctuating, but because of the way YouTube is, I'm really actually quite happy with that metric. So the channel seems like it's growing and I'll go on to that a bit more, which obviously again I'm really happy about. First and foremost, let's get into it. So 2023 we had 566,706 views. This year we had 940,062 views, so basically nearly a million, 500,000 last year roughly, nearly a million this year, so big increase there. Watch time 13,158 hours versus 18,163. Subscribers, this is obviously a sad one. You kind of look at this as a content creator, as someone who spends quite a bit of time content creating and doing stuff and trying to grow this channel, is a bit disappointing. I think last year, tail end of last year, I think I wanted to end 2024, which is this year, on an aim of, I think, 12,000 subscribers, I think I said, and a loose aim was like 10,000. Well, I'm nowhere near that. YouTube has kind of, to some extent, continued to tank, give or take. So you have to work so much harder to get viewership, to get subscribers. So I have been nowhere near that. I think probably from the first couple of 2-3 months, I understood that there was no way I was going to hit that kind of figure. I am still bringing out content typically once a week, but without fail pretty much. And some weeks it's every second week, but normally it's once a week. And that's what I try to stick to. But yes, subscriber count has not gone up as much as I wanted it to. Last year, I got 1,028 subscribers. This year, I've got 1,505. So 500 sub increase, give or take, which is good, but it's not great. It's not where I should be. I think only the last couple of months I've started to grow a bit more than I had been the first half of the year. So it has been getting better, but in general, it's not particularly good. But it's fine. It is what it is. I am going to concentrate quite a bit on the channel in 2025, and that's one of my kind of almost New Year's resolutions. So I definitely want the channel to grow a lot more than it did this year, effectively. But I am happy all the same. Our best video last year was an MG4 X Power, so EV, and we'll go into those, EVs and talking about them. This year it was a Suzuki Swift Sport Hybrid, which is a great little car. So it's nice to see that a petrol combustion car is still popular in the modern day and age when the kind of field is dominated by EV production. So again, I will go on to talk about that a bit more. Thankfully, there is a good mix now, and there's still some great petrol combustion cars, and you guys are watching both of my content. I am definitely more a petrol combustion guy. You know, I own both EV and ICE car, internal combustion engine. If people don't know the abbreviation, I think you would by now. But I am more an ICE car definitely than EV, but I've got both, so I see both sides, and I drive both huge mileage as well. So I feel like I've got the right credentials to talk about it quite a bit, which is good, you know. And as a car reviewer, driving a lot of both is always great as well. So impressions, this is more for the metrics of a manufacturer. Sometimes when I'm trying to go, oh, lend us a car, please. Last year, this is pretty impressive though. Last year I had 1.9 million impressions on YouTube, which is really cool. This year I had 2.4 million. So not a lot of difference. It just maybe shows what's going on in the world with YouTube, should I say. But that's really cool. It's an improvement, which nonetheless. Average view time, that's not likely to change much. The attention span of people is limited. Everyone wants to watch 2 minutes or 3 minutes and they get a bit bored, or they find the parts that they like. And I understand that. I think most people's average view time duration is typically between 3 and 5 minutes. Apparently that's the norm. Last year I had a average view time of 3 minutes 59. This year it was 4. So improved by 1 second. So get in, you know, silver linings and all that. We now end the year pretty much, I mean, it's always moving, at 7,343, which is really good. Like I say, it's about whatever it was, 5,000, circa 5,000. So we've grown by 1,500-ish, give or take. So that's pretty good. Happy. It's up, it's increasing, it's better, especially the last couple of months, as I said. So thank you very much. If you are one of those new subscribers in 2024, thank you so much. Aims for the channel, yes, like I say, subs last year it's quite funny because I said I wanted to have about 12,000, I think 10 to 12,000 subs this year. A bit of a laugh out loud moment because I was nowhere near, much lower. So I have to reevaluate where I think 2025 is going to be. So I am going to aim for 10,000 subscribers. I wouldn't mind beating it by a little bit, but if it isn't by much, then I understand that. But I really want to hit 10,000 subs, which is a really nice milestone, isn't it? 5 figures in 2025. So I'm going to hit it hard. I'm going to make sure I do, without a shadow of a doubt, 1 video a week. So 1 main video, full video, like a review typically, or a main video a week, and try and get over 10,000 subs. Again, thank you for anyone who is one of those subs right now. That's awesome. Comment below if you are a new subscriber, and let us know how you found us. Views total for the channel is 2 now in totality. So the whole duration I've been doing this channel, probably the last 4 or 5 years, I would say the only times it's been a serious channel where I've really taken a lot of time into production and doing things with the video, with the channel. And we've now hit, I think we went from 1.93 million views for its whole duration it's ever been live, to 2.9 million. Like I say, that's so 1 million, just over 1 million views, I think this year, which is awesome. So that's a really, really good thing. With that conclusion of my metrics, obviously I'd like to say thank you so much. If you are watching and you are one of our subscribers and viewers, please comment below and let us know, yeah, how long you've been around and whatnot. It's just nice to hear. Other than that, I will talk about racing. People who followed the channel for a long, long time ago will know that I had a race license. I've had a race license for 5, 6 years. I raced for about 4, 5 years nearly. Used to vlog it. That was proper door-to-door racing, which is really, really cool. It got really expensive, and in this modern day and age, it's even more expensive. So I may be doing some time attack in 2025, probably not loads, but a little bit. And that's pretty much likely to be planned for this year. Other than that, there's no other racing, but that's cool, you know. The main things for me is doing the car reviews and getting the manufacturers on board, from test days to launches to getting press loans from car manufacturers. And with that, I do want to say, it seems to be the same people that has been before, but manufacturers like Porsche GB have been amazing. I've had some really good content with them. They've always said I can go down to Reading to the main site to pretty much borrow any car for how long I want, for a day, give or take. Not necessarily RS range cars, but huge, amazing, expensive, beautiful cars that handle amazing. So thank you to Porsche GB. BMW UK press team as well. BMW UK have always been amazing with me. They lent me an M2 earlier this year, the G87, which is an awesome car, and I thank them for that. Suzuki UK have been brilliant to me for the last couple of years as well, so they're always giving me cars, and hopefully will do in the near future from my understanding as well. Anyone who's been involved with press teams who may be watching as well, thank you guys so much for always being there and talking to us on email and anything else. It's been great. I'm looking forward to working with all the manufacturers in the future. Let's do some thank yous. I'm going to say thank you to Revo Technic for supporting us throughout the year with things with the RS3. We don't get given them, but we have support. We pay a lot of, and pretty much everything that's on the RS3, but they support us in different ways, whether it be sometimes small monetary values off like products. They support us in many ways, as well as giving us chances to kind of drive their cars and stuff like that, and there will be more in the near future. So we'll be doing lots more videos with Revo. Massive thank you to them. Eventuri, I always have to say a massive thank you to them because they've always supported the channel so much, and the level and quality of workmanship and the intakes they've got, the carbon fiber intakes, just off the charts. I've used them for every single car pretty much, last 3 that I've had and owned, and they're just second to none. Awesome. Check them out if you haven't. Links in the bio. If you ever ring them up or see them at a show, tell them we sent you. Clyde Atho in Norwich. Dale and the guys there always support us as well, so thank you to them guys. EBC UK, they've been in the background because I haven't been doing so much track stuff and track days, which I definitely am going to do in 2025. That's one of my resolutions. They're supporting us in the background, so we get some breaks off them. We've had some for testing that I have yet to do, but we've got. So we will be doing some stuff with them in the near future. People who've followed me for a long time will know that I race, and I am picky and fussy with brake pads and discs. So we're using some of their really good high-end, more track-based items that can be for the road as well. So watch out for some reviews there. If you have any questions, I guess, on their products, hit us up as well. Other than that, also Supercharged Performance, again, thank you for their dyno usage. We're going to try and do more with them as well. They've just moved to a different site, a bigger site and a nice site as well. Top guy, lovely guy as well. So yeah, we'll be trying to do some more things in the future there as well. Going on to our car awards, first and foremost, so EVs and petrol combustion. I have kept them separate again. Well, I say I've kept them separate. I've done the all-round award as any car, and the EVs just on a separate note. So we're doing roughly half and half these days, probably more, a little bit more with EVs. It just is how production is, isn't it, at the moment? So I'm going to go on to EVs off my favourite EV of this year. So I'm going to go from third to first. So my third choice EV is a bit of a surprise, but it's because as an all-round product for its price, it's just awesome, and that's the Omoda E5. It's just a it's such a budget car, or SUV, but car, that has so much things in it, and all round is a really good car, especially for the money that it finds itself in third. If you're looking at something on a budget EV wise and you want to get in that market and have an EV, there is ways of saving if you go with an EV. There's certain things that you can save, and this depending on how you drive it. Again, I could go into that in another video. They can be useful, and as a budget range luxury, I'd still say luxury budget car goes, that is an amazing car, and I've put that in third for this year for best EV. In number 2 we have, and this was really close, the only reason why this car isn't first is it's just very pricey. You're talking 133 to even the one that I had spec'd up that I done a car review on was about, I think it's £166,000, so it's crazy expensive money. But if you sit in that car, it's just on another level. It's probably the nicest interior of any car I've ever driven. I've driven some £250,000 supercars, so it's an amazing car, and has a beautiful interior, and it handles unbelievable. It handles like a Lotus should, like a sports car, and it is batshit fast. 906 horsepower. It's almost too much car for the road in track mode, performance mode, and it's so good in sports, which is the one just under, and then eco is cool and good for like maybe when it's raining or heavy rain, but it's just so fast, and it's a really good car. It handles amazing, does everything it needs to, got good range. And but onto one, it has to be, and probably many people are saying this, it's the Hyundai or Hyundai Ioniq 5N. It does deserve the hype. As EVs go, it's on another level. If you kind of if you didn't realize it was an EV and you put it in that mode where you can hear all those things, it genuinely would make you think that car is a petrol combustion car. It just feels so well developed that it does give you a fun factor, even though it is orchestrated, augmented, it's fake. It's very clever how the engineers have made it do fake gear changes, which actually thump you in the back, and you know, little pops and bangs. Yes, it's fake. You have to understand that, but as an all-round car, the development that's gone on that car and how good it is, it's amazing. It makes it so good that it kind of sits up there with the back end of the really amazing petrol combustion cars. It isn't as good as the amazing raucous, visceral petrol combustion cars, but it's kind of up there in the mix of some really, really good cars, if you know what I mean. In the back end, it's phenomenal. So if you want to get yourself in an EV, and people are saying they're stupidly expensive. I don't think it is. It's 58 circa £1,000. You probably can get one for about 50 now, maybe even a little bit less. But it's worth that, and then some. To be honest with you, I think it's good value for at the end of the day. A car that's got that kind of power and performance is incredible. And if you haven't watched my review on it, and I'll pop it up in the top right hand corner for you now, and that's the number one. All being said, it's number one in EVs. It doesn't get itself into my top 3 cars, whether it's electric or petrol combustion. And with that, I'm going to go straight to 3. I'm going to do some noteworthy special mentions to other cars that didn't quite make it, that are amazing, that I drove. But in at number 3, it is the G87 BMW M2. I feel like it doesn't get enough hype or praise. It really is a phenomenal car. It's raucous, it's fun, it feels raw despite being digital in many respects, but you can just adjust so many things, and I just think it's such a good car. It feels raw like an older car. It's playful, and it's just very complete. It's a brilliant fun car, very my kind of car, rear wheel drive, powerful. A lot of cars are going all wheel drive now, so it's nice to see BMW making the best of both worlds in the xDrive, but also having the M2 still as a rear wheel drive platform. Awesome car, and my number 3. In at number 2 is, some people may not believe this because I had some issues with my Honda, and I was saying how I'd never buy another Honda ever again. Well, I'm not buying another Honda, but it is the FL5 Civic Type R. I can't deny how amazing that car is. The facelifted FK8, which I owned, was unbelievable. It's just like a race car for the road. And the FL5 is a slightly more complete version. It's not unbelievably in a different realm and level to the FK8 facelift. It's just a tiny bit better, with a better interior, and it's a little bit more refinement, marginally. But what is already an ridiculously amazing car. It's like I always say this is like the GT4 version of a front wheel drive car. It is. The FL5 just takes it on another notch. So if you can get your hands on one of those, now they've gone down in price, my understanding is, that car is just phenomenal. It's just a beautiful, amazing car. Not necessarily beautiful in the looks. I think it's nice enough to look at, but it's more the car. Just complete amazing car, just phenomenal. Which brings me to my number 1 mention in the GT4 is the Porsche. It's called a 718. The one that I drove was a 718 Spider RS, which is basically a GT4 RS with no roof. Wow, honestly, it's It's probably the best car I've ever driven, and I've driven obviously things like the Ferrari 488, McLaren 720S. It's like that. It's not as fast as those cars in a straight line, for example, but it has the most complete usable power that you need for every situation. You know, like it's basically a GT3 effectively, with a more raucous kind of feel to it, and it's just perfection for the road. If you ever get a chance to drive one, it's just phenomenal, and that's my number one. So it's awesome. Noteworthy mentions definitely going to be the RS4 Avant competition. I said this before to someone. The RS4 for me got loads of praise when it first came out, and I loved it, but it just lacked something. It felt a little bit numb, like a lot of all-wheel drive cars feel for me, unless they're special. But Audi have done something just a little bit more special to this comp one, with things like the suspension and stuff like that, and the steering and geometry, and you can feel it. It feels a bit more like a racy kind of car in an all-wheel drive platform. It's up there as good as it gets in an all-wheel drive platform. It's just a brilliant car. So if you're contemplating something like that, honestly, get one of them. That's my noteworthy mention. Awesome car. The other a noteworthy one that I wanted to mention was the BMW Z4, but not a normal BMW Z4, a manual with the Handschlatter kit. I'm not sure if Handschlatter kit. I'm not sure if I said it right, but that car is very much like a cross between a GT86 and a Porsche GT4. It's just, again, the power is perfection for the road, and it's just awesome to drive. So yeah, brilliant car. I just wanted to mention that. But on to other stuff as well. I think last year I was saying I wanted to drive a Porsche RS car, and I managed that. So that's a tick box, like almost bucket list, you know, as such. Plans for 2025 going forward. Supra, it's very much still there. I think it was the same as before. I never got to drive it at the full level, 1,251 horsepower. I think I only took it up to its 900 horsepower setting on pump fuel. So lots more to do on that. Lots of modifications. I've got some more to be going on there. It's not gonna rise in horsepower, but I'll get to use that horsepower, and I'm going to be doing some other stuff to make it more refined and cool and usable as well. And lots of fun adventures with that car, whether it be drag racing, half-mile stuff, etc. Loads of plans for that. Maybe time attack in it as well. RS3. I'd probably say I'm close to done with the RS3 in the sense of what I want to do to it. I love it. The car that I've created with that now, modification-wise, is awesome. So I love and adore that car. But there is talks of possibly looking to get something else to replace it soonish, or maybe have it for another year and then maybe look at something else. But we will see. Racing, I did mention, time attack, some Euro trips, meets, events. Lots of that in talks. If you don't follow us on all our social medias, especially things like Instagram, that we often tell people where we're going at different times as well. So it's worth following us on that. Random stuff. I started running this year from January. Almost, it wasn't a New Year's resolution, but I started running, and I've got a run channel now. So if you're into running, as in like that type of running, you know, I've got my Garmin, my running watch, you know, and I run. Follow me on Strava. Hit us up. Message me if you want to follow us on Strava, be running buddies. I'm really into running. I run 5 or 6 times a week, which means it makes vlogging harder. But other than that, yeah, my New Year's resolution as such is to have health and happiness and all of that malarkey and stuff. But yeah, and hit the channel hard and make sure I'm getting good content out there for you as well. But yeah, I've got loads of plans, some really exciting plans that I can't share. I always can't share, but there's some awesome stuff going to be happening on the channel. And with that as well, one more thing, just a massive thank you to all you guys for watching. Honestly, thank you so much for watching, however long you've been watching for. Hit us up in the comment section, let us know how long you've been watching for. I always want to know that. Are you a new subscriber? Are you been here from day dot? Yeah, let us know. Hit us up in the comment section. Guys, honestly, I hope you have a great 2025. I hope it's very prosperous for you, and you have health and happiness. And thank you again so much for watching. Honestly, it means so much to me. Happy New Year. Take care. Goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you again on the next one. Bye for now.